Hi, welcome to Fishing the Edge. It's Guesty here. Well, I've left the big Noble boat and the 300 E-Tech behind, replaced it for this 800cc Can-Am Outlander, and we've had a fantastic trek to get in where we are here now. As they say, the bigger the mission, the better the fishing, and we're in some gorge country. We're going to go and chase some Murray Cod on lures. I can't wait. Time to get off. It's about a 40-minute walk down into where we're going to go, and it looks like spectacular country. Mate, we're in some mad country here, boy. Look at it. Mate, I think we're right down this way, eh?
It shouldn't be far now.
Hey, she's wild country. I love doing this stuff. It's great to get somewhere where there's no paper bags, there's no rubbish. Mate, it's just, and here's the river. Far out, look at that. Hey, do yourself a favour. We are in the middle of nowhere. There's definitely snakes. There's snakes throughout Australia everywhere, but there's certainly snakes in this area. It's so easy to get lost. You hear of people all the time getting lost in the Blue Mountains in different areas. Get yourself one of these things. This is a H2O Lowrance handheld GPS. We've plotted some points in along the way. We've been walking for about 40 minutes, yep. And we've made it to the river. I'll simply just hit that waypoint button again twice here now. So this is going to be our start point. We'll head up one direction with the river, and mate, that's for safety's sake. Get yourself one of these. You're mad if you don't. Oh, there we go. So it's my first bite, doing a bit of subsurface fishing there and getting down a bit deeper. Certainly, and I think I've got a nice little cod, beautiful little cod. I'll just sneak him around. Actually had me around a stick, hit it really, really hard, quite an aggressive bite, been a lot of rain through this area. I'll just sneak this little bloke in. And there he is, look at the colours on that fish, beautiful little fish. And he's climbed on that little wiggy there. Wiggy's is a bibless minnow. It's got that nice little fat head, and certainly with cod, it's all about a slow action. And the slower you can get that lure to swim, the better off you are for the cod. And he's just climbed on that, and luckily it's just missed his eye, so he'll release perfectly. But that's a really nice, pretty fish, that one. Such an iconic Australian sport fish. Be so careful when you handle them. I've only just lifted him up for a second. Got my hand wet. I've got him in a lockjaw there. Don't spread that gill latch, support the belly. Quick little lift, photo, back in the water, and he'll rock it away like that every time. Great stuff. We don't need to spend $1 million to go out and chase Murray Cod. It's a 2 to 5 kilo rod. Spinning reel, this is a Fluga spinning reel, this one. Bit of fluorocarbon, I'm using some 20-pound fluorocarbon and a bit of 8-pound braid there as well. Left his loop knot onto that lure, so fairly simple stuff. Very similar tackle to what you'd use if you were jigging for flathead, if you're chasing a bigger bass, any of that sort of more heavy estuary sort of work. Don't need a real long rod because we're walking through a whole heap of timber and things here, but that's certainly plenty, and that's got plenty enough grunt for this size cod. If we've got a really big cod on, well, you're still a pretty good chance of landing it anyway. But nice, light, easy to cast all day. We're in here for a pretty long session, so it needs to be fairly ergonomic as well. Oh, yes! Hey Graham, he's go on mate, climb straight on that, come out of there. Oh, beautiful cod. Oh, this is great fun. There's a beautiful little fish. I'll just try and, hey, just give me a bit of a bar. Oh, thanks buddy. Just
a little bit better fish. Yeah,
beautiful cod. I'll just show everybody at home. So once again, make sure you wet that hand and support that weight. A lot thicker fish, that fella. There we go. Magnificent Murray Cod. You can see those white markings on that anal fin and around the tail there, and the coloration, that motley golden olive and the darker patches. They're just such a beautiful, beautiful fish. I won't keep him out for too long. Get him back in the water. There you go, mate. So we're catching them so far using these bibless minnows or bibless crankbaits, whatever you want to call them. Once again, it's so important. For bass, you can fish those shallow weed beds and you can run those bibless lures a lot quicker over those shallow weed beds. But for these cod, they're down in amongst the boulders. You need something with a bit of weight that's going to drop down so you can rise it up and down, and you can see around me there's big boulders and rocks. Well, those same features are underneath the water, so it's important that that lure can swim along and then drop down. And sometimes if the cod aren't really that keen on biting, if you get in their zone, in their area, they'll just, as an aggressive response, they'll hit the lure anyway. But certainly the wiggies, these Smith wiggies are doing the job at the moment. I've got this darker green one on, and Graham's got a brighter fluorescent green chartreuse colour. But in this dirty water, I guess it's a matter of having something that'll stand out a little bit, and as Graham said before, a bit of noise, a bit of rattle, and get a bite. Oh, got him, Graham? Yeah, I'll stay there. Oh, nice cod. Once again on that lipless crankbait, the old wiggy's done his work. Oh, the current's pushing really hard there at the moment. Come on, mate. It's a nice cod, Graham. Actually, while you're in the water, you want to...
Swim him over. Well, here's a nice one, mate.
Here's a nice one. See if you can get hold of... Get your thumb up underneath there. Awesome. Yeah, baby. That's the go.
Yeah, that's for a fish.
Oh, that's what we came here for. Hey, that water's pretty nice once you get in. Oh, mate, that's just awesome stuff. I'll just lift his tail out, everyone can see. That's a beautiful fat cod, he'll be a couple of kilos. Magnificent part of the world, and you know, I think we're so lucky in Australia that we can go and catch fish like this, native fish that we really need to look after. You know, worst thing we can do is take that fish out of the water and eat it, even though it would be I guess it's a legal sized fish to do that with. Their numbers have been depleted by poor fishing, by gill nets, by overfishing with set lines, and certainly catch and release is a good practice for the Murray cod at the moment. So hey, that's been great stuff. You've been watching Fishing the Edge. It's Michael Guest and my mate Graham here, having a great time playing around with these Smith wiggies and getting a few cod. So as I always say, there's time for one last cast, and I'm going to go and get one of those in. Yeah. Thanks, Graham. See you guys. Mate.